OpenClaw just got a massive upgrade, and Google's brand new Nano Banana 2 is the reason why. So Google literally just dropped this a couple of days ago. Nano Banana 2 is Google's fastest, most powerful image generator ever built. Now you can actually add this directly inside OpenClaw to make it powerful so that you can generate images directly using the new API, which is Gemini 3.1 Flash Image Preview. So we're going to be testing out today. And here's the part that nobody's talking about. So you can now plug Nano Banana 2 directly into OpenClaw and completely automate your image generation. Now think about that for a second. You describe what you want, OpenClaw takes over, Nano Banana 2 generates the image, boom shakalaka, you are done. No clicking around, no switching apps, no waiting, just you telling your AI what you need and what you need to get made in front of your eyes. Now this is brand new. Most people have no idea this is possible yet. And in this video, we're going to test it together right now live to see if it actually works as good as it sounds, because Nano Banana 2 just became Google's default image tool. That means it's faster, smarter, and more detailed than anything they've ever released before. And when you combine that with OpenClaw's automation power, you're not just generating images anymore, you're running a fully automated visual content machine that could, for example, generate ads or thumbnails or that sort of thing. So let's find out how this actually works. So the way that we're going to do this is we are going to take the documentation on Gemini Flash Image 3.1 Preview, as you can see, right? And then we're going to go into OpenClaw here. We'll paste that in, and then we're going to take a API key from aistudio.google.com to start using the API key for generating images. So I'm just going to grab a new one over here. I will delete it after the live stream. So if we click on create key, we've created the key, then we click on this, we copy the key, we go back to OpenClaw. As you can see, we're going to paste in the API key here for AI Studio to use Nano Banana 2, aka Gemini Flash 3.1 image, right? And then what I'm also going to do is just go over to Claude and just make sure that we've got all the documentation we need to really install this. So we'll say, is this enough to get Nano Banana 2 skill image installed? Let's start using it. Anything else we need to help with setting up a skill for this? All right. Amavish says, awesome, your opinion is paramount. Thank you very much, sir. Do you watch other YouTubers who talk about OpenClaw? Yeah, I mean, like for me, I always want to learn. You know, there's a lot of cool people doing awesome stuff about OpenClaw as well. So I'm always interested to see what people are doing, what people are generating, etc., how it works, etc. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. So I'm also going to take this documentation, as you can see. So we'll put that inside the prompt too. What we got here? Ever since I've been in this OpenClaw rabbit hole, my feeds are constantly giving me new ideas. Got like 6 projects running. It's amazing. Love it. Yeah, it is a fantastic tool just to experiment with and test out and that sort of thing. Just going to run Claude as well, Claude code, to help me get this set up. See what else we got here. Inspired Michelle. So I believe yesterday you gave a system to make you a landing page and then it gave you the page. What was that? Yeah, see, you can do that with anti-gravity, also with Perplexity Computer. So I did it with both. Yeah, so there's 2 different ways. We have the full tutorials inside here. So for example, if you want to check out the Perplexity method, check that out right here in terms of how to build the landing pages and stuff. And then also anti-gravity Nano Banana can help you do that as well, right? So there were 2 different options right there. So it was we did the same. We did it with Perplexity and with anti-gravity. So there were 2 different options for doing that. Whatever method you prefer, we've got inside the AI profit boarding. All right, so let's check this out. It says, yeah, it's working, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see if it can generate images with Nano Banana 2. And then Michelle says, thanks, Julian. And then what do you host your websites with? Can you bring them to something like a high level? Yeah, you can. Yeah. So the way that you do it inside high level is you just create a HTML code block and then grab the HTML from whatever tool you generated the page with. If you want to host them on somewhere else, then just use Netlify, MCP, add your personal token into anti-gravity or Perplexity Computer. And from there, it can actually host the subdomain as well. We have used in the past OpenClaw as well. So for example, this page was built and deployed with OpenClaw to the AIprofitboardroom.com. And the way that we did that is just giving the personal access token to OpenClaw, and then it can generate and host the pages like that. Boom. We have Nano Banana working with OpenClaw now. You can see it's generated with Nano Banana 2, Gemini 3.1 Flash Image Preview. Save the file right there. We can open up the file locally, as you can see, and that was pretty simple and easy. We can even tell it where we want it delivered. So for example, you could deliver that on Telegram or Discord, as we've got a chat set up. Bear in mind, like, I don't think inside the web UI you can actually, inside the gateways, you can see inside OpenClaw that you can actually publish image directly inside the chat. So instead, what you want to do is get the local file host, like you can see, and then it's right there, right? Now, for setting this up, it was pretty simple. So I'm going to give you the prompt that I used for generating this, and I'll also create a skill MD file that you can use as well to install Nano Banana 2 inside OpenClaw. So let me grab that for you. We'll put this inside the video notes from today. All right. So if you want like the copy and pastable prompt, it's right there, as you can see. Now, what I also do is get a skill MD file that you can take from me. So if I just say, okay, give me a skill MD file, I can share with people for linking OpenClaw to Nano Banana 2. Michelle says, they're amazing. Thanks for what you do. Happy to help. And Michelle says, what is GitHub for? Yeah, so GitHub is just for sharing open source stuff. So like when people, for example, created OpenClaw, when Peter Steinberger created OpenClaw, he wanted to share it with the world, right? And so like what people do is they share stuff on GitHub, and then you can get those files and use them yourself, right? So it's just a way of sharing files as a developer. Now, if you want to get the skill MD file for Nano Banana, as you can see, we can grab that right here and we'll put it in the video notes from today. There you go, right? So you got the name of the API, the description, right? So it's using Gemini 3.1 Flash image preview, and you just give this skill directly. Now, what we also need is we can create a skills folder as well, but you can literally just copy and paste this information here. It's got all the notes on how to set it up, and then it tells you how to set this up as well. So you get an API key from AI Studio, and then you put your API key inside here. So that's basically how to use Nano Banana inside OpenClaw. That was easier than I thought. I thought it was actually going to break in a second or two, but it seemed to work pretty well. Giorgio says, when using Claude Code in the terminal, is it better than desktop app? I personally prefer it. I just feel like it's a lot more autonomous than using something like, for example, than using Claude Cowork. I feel like Claude Cowork inside the app is just a bit more, it's designed for beginners, if that makes sense. You know, when you use stuff like OpenClaw and you use Claude Code, they just feel more autonomous. You can see in the way that they operate and the way that they generate stuff. So that's basically it. Now, inside the video notes as well, we've got a 30-day roadmap for really mastering OpenClaw Nano Banana and OpenClaw inside your business. So for example, if you want to learn how to build like a thumbnail generator, or for example, like visual content or social media content, etc. Now that you've got this connected directly to Nano Banana 2 inside OpenClaw, you can really do whatever you want, right? And it's super powerful. So we've also got 100 prompts that you can test too with this. So let's try an example here. If we say YouTube thumbnail, futuristic robot hand pointing at viewer, bright green and black. Let's try this one. All right, we're going to say that. We'll plug it in here, and we'll say text equals Claude Code is insane. All right, so that's running now. Now, what we can also do is we can go over to Discord. And we've got this channel for OpenClaw, as you can see, right? Now, what I can actually do is create a channel purely for thumbnails, right? So if I click on duplicate channel, we're going to type in thumbnails here, right? And then we can tag in OpenClaw, and we can say generate a YouTube thumbnail for my video about. We'll grab a thumbnail from my channel that we want to sort of edit, like this, copy that image, go back to Discord here, say generate a YouTube thumbnail with Nano Banana 2, like the attached, but change the text to Nano Banana 2 instead of this is going to be shocking. All right. So now it's looking at it, and OpenClaw will begin to generate the thumbnail based on that image. So now we can quickly generate thumbnails inside Discord or whatever channel we want. We can have a separate channel just for this task. And then OpenClaw has context on how we like the thumbnails to be generated. So every time I need a new image, it's like, okay, boom, here you go, right? We can quickly generate that. Now, if we go back to OpenClaw chat here, we've got the new thumbnail from Nano Banana 2, and we've just generated that using OpenClaw as well, right? So just to recap here, we have linked Nano Banana 2 the latest, new, fastest API for generating images to OpenClaw. We can generate images whenever we want. We can generate thumbnails. We can do this locally. We can do this on Telegram or Discord. We have a separate channel for generating this, as you can see. And then also we can generate ads, so we can generate content or social media content whenever we want, right? Using this image generator. So it's pretty amazing, pretty insane what you can do with this. And there's a lot to be played with here. Now, if you want all the video notes from today, including the 100 prompts you can test, as you can see, and also a 30-day roadmap for implementing this with day-by-day prompts and a bunch of use cases, you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. We've also got the prompt for setting this up and the skill as well, right? So if you actually want the skill for setting this up, you've got it right there. And then also, if you've got the prompt example, you can run it right here. But basically, you've got everything you need to win with this stuff. This is inside my AI automation community that also comes with daily updates on OpenClaw and all the other latest AI updates in the world. You can see that we've got a 6-hour course on how to use OpenClaw. We have a full course on how to use OpenClaw as well here too. And we've also got a bunch of like use cases, tips on how to use Nano Banana inside OpenClaw, everything you need to win with this. This is my AI automation community, the AI Profit Boardroom, that shows you how to save time, scale, and grow your business with AI automation. We have a community of 2,500 people, which means that you can post inside the community, get help, get support whenever you want. And if you're wondering, in case, are people getting results with this stuff? So you can see, for example, we've actually got over 130 pages of people winning with this, right? So you can see all the amazing testimonials from people who are getting help with AI automation and learning how to use it inside their business. And also you get 4 weekly coaching calls. So you can jump on 4 weekly video coaching calls, get help, get support, ask questions, etc. inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And then inside the classroom here, you can get all my best training. So you can go from beginner to expert with AI automation and learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. You can also, for example, get my best playbooks on how to automate avatar videos, Instagram, Shorts, X, and even how to rank #1 inside Google and other AI search engines using the AI SEO section. If you want to learn how to grow a YouTube channel based on what's working for me with AI, you can check out the roadmap here. And then additionally, if you want to, for example, get my latest updates, you can get that inside this section here. So thanks so much for watching. The link is inside the comments and description to this, or just go to the AIprofitboardroom.com.